Hi, welcome to Crosswork Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This movie actually has a lot going for it. The music by John Williams was really great as usual, and the visuals and cinematography looked really great as well, especially with how it established the 1969 look. The camera and the blocking work felt really true to the original films, and even just the first 20 minutes could have easily been pulled from any of the first three movies. It had some really good heartfelt elements, and the action scenes looked really cool as well, and still made Harrison Ford feel fairly agile and not limited as much by his age. But unfortunately, that's where my list of what I liked about this movie kind of starts to disappear, because there was kind of a big catch. Jones felt like he was dragged into the story with not much emotional attachment to what was happening, which usually can really drag down a movie and make it feel emotionally dry. And unfortunately, I think that was the case with this one. He seemed like he was really only there out of obligation because he knew that his skills would be helpful within the situation, and he had a very small connection with the other main character that was on the main quest to begin with. The item that they're in pursuit of has value, but it's only described through most of the movie, so we don't feel the threat of its power since we haven't seen that power with our own eyes. To be fair, this is the case with both the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail in both Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, but with those items, and this may be a little bit of a biased opinion, they are biblical items, which I think gives them more value or even just an element of unknown power or mystery. The villain didn't have much depth, so he didn't feel dangerous either, apart from his henchmen who were actually scarier than he was. And like Crystal Skull, which personally I like a lot better, it felt a little bit far-fetched near the end and didn't seem as grounded as at least the first three movies did. And, man, I'm really bashing on this movie. Indiana Jones was really one of the only characters I found enjoyable in this movie, but only because of who I already knew that he was, not because of how he grows, which he doesn't really in this, even though Harrison Ford still plays him really well. The other characters felt a little bit shallow, and especially the main lady either was too cocky or too self-centered to even be enjoyable. Overall, it's kind of a shame because I really wanted to like this movie, and even though I listed a lot of problems, I do think that with just a few changes to its foundation, I think those changes could have butterflied effect and it would have become a much stronger film because of that. I will say though that some people I know have seen this a second time and enjoyed it more upon a second watching, so it may partly be a matter of warming up to it. I don't know, maybe I'll watch it a second time and find out. And now just a brief note for the parents. As is normal for this franchise, there is a good deal of violence, but actually this one tones it down a bit, and it's definitely not as gruesome as some of the other movies have been, such as the melting faces and the human sacrifice. There's also a little bit of language, it's fairly mild for the PG-13 rating, as well as some smoking and drinking periodically throughout the film, but that is also pretty standard for this franchise. And that's it for this review. If you're interested in more reviews, go ahead and check out my Instagram, where I will periodically post slightly abridged reviews for this and other movies not on this channel. And then for those of you who want to know more about the specific contents of this film, I have the links for the Plugged In and Common Sense Media reviews down below, as well as the Parents Guide for IMDb. So, please subscribe, maybe like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.